Hey y'all, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And if you're returning, thank you for all your support, y'all. Please remember to hit that notification bell. I'm gonna do better with releasing new stuff, I promise y'all. So I have been MIA, and in this video I will explain why. I was kind of like on the fence about sharing like some of the information in this video. But y'all, I want to be very transparent with you guys because like most of you guys have been like very supportive, and I thank you. So let's get into the video. So if y'all see me looking this way or looking off or something, y'all, I'm looking at this phone for my note. So I had my son in 2015. I had a C-section, and with my C-section, y'all, I had so much scar tissue. Over the past years, I've been having so much pain from it. So I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I was avoiding going to the doctor and like seeing about myself. So I actually went, and I went in, that probably was like June, July, and he let me know that I had too much scar tissue. It was like in my uterus, behind my scar, my C-section scar, and I also have endometriosis and PCOS. I will put in the description bar what those are. He told me that I needed a surgery, so we scheduled the surgery. I was supposed to do it in July, but it's a 6-week recovery, and I just end up doing it for September. So in September, I went for my surgery. Well, the surgery is called a laparoscopic hysteroscopic DNC. I might have messed that up a little bit, y'all, but it's a surgery where they kind of go in, clean scar tissue out. They blow air into like your uterus or whatever, just, well, kind of blow it up a little bit so they can see like what the issue is, make sure nothing's wrong. I had a really big cyst on my right ovary, so they had to remove that too. So the DNC part is just cleaning out your cleaning out all of the scar tissue from my uterus or whatever. So I scheduled my surgery for September 18th. I went in. I had to be there at 6 o'clock in the morning, and it was an outpatient. So what I had to do was not eat after 12. I couldn't drink anything after, I think, 2 or 3. And then after that, I had to go in for my surgery. I had to still do all my blood work again, take a pregnancy test. I had to get my IV and everything. So y'all, I literally, I want to say 2 days before that, my surgery's on a Wednesday, and on that Monday I had just went in for all my blood work. I did a pregnancy test, everything came back fine. So the morning of my surgery, I went and did my pregnancy test again. I had my stuff hooked up to me, my IV hooked up. They told me anesthesiology is on the way, and they are going to give you whatever you need to go to. I was gonna be put to sleep, so they was like, they'll give you that. They're on the way downstairs. We're gonna go get your family. My husband, my mom, and my son were there. So I was like, okay, you know, waiting on them. They came in, we joked and laughed a little, and the nurse came in and she was like, can you ask them to step out? So of course I got so worried, y'all. I was like, step out? You know, that's my husband, my mom, and my son. You could say, you know, whatever in front of them, but she was like, nah, ask them to step out. So I was like, okay. So they stepped out, and she was like, we have to unhook you from the IV. Your surgery is canceled. So the first thing I go to thinking is, I know my daughter didn't have me go through all this to cancel on me. So come to find out, the lady was like, you're pregnant. And it's me like, girl, please stop playing. I was like, maybe you mixed the test up. I know I'm not pregnant. The day of the surgery is the day I was supposed to get my period, so I just knew it was gonna come. So I was like, girl, please, okay, like, you got the wrong person. So she was like, oh no, everybody in here is like over 70. You're actually the only female that's scheduled for surgery this morning. So I was like, oh, okay. So they came back in. I told my husband, I told my mom, and I told my son. Everybody was so excited. Me and my husband was shocked because my son, at the time, he was 3, about to be 4, and I haven't got pregnant yet. Like, I just didn't think I could, honestly. I know I already have a baby, y'all. I know y'all gonna beat me down by that. But I just didn't think I could get pregnant. I didn't get pregnant that long. So after that, after I got pregnant, well, after I found out I was pregnant, I went home, and of course, you know, had to let it soak in. So I was like, I don't know. This is weird to me. And it just, I don't know, something just didn't sit right with me. It just felt weird. Not that I wasn't happy, guys. I was very happy, but something just did not sit right with me. I was 4 weeks once I went back that week for my appointment. I was 4 weeks. So, right directly after, y'all, I was like nauseous. Like, it was terrible. With my son, I was never that nauseous. I was tired. Y'all, it was terrible. Like, I felt like crap. It felt like I had the flu. Like, I felt like shit. Like, for real. So, the doctor told me to come back at my 6-week appointment. And they went, but when I did my ultrasound, I can't remember why he told me to come back, but I'm guessing something didn't look right to him, so he told me to come back. So on October 22nd, I went back, and my son and my husband, they were with me at the appointment, and my husband had to take my son to the bathroom while I was getting the ultrasound. So as the lady was doing the ultrasound, she was like, hey, hold your breath. And I was like, okay. So I did. So she kind of looked at me and she was like, well, we can't find a heartbeat, but there's 2 sacs. So you were pregnant with twins. So I was like, word. I was, but like, that's past tense. Like, they can't find a heartbeat. So of course I knew what she meant. And I knew, you know, deep down inside, when I first went in, I felt like something was wrong. So, I knew I had a miscarriage. At that appointment, I would have been 9 weeks. So, she told me about the miscarriage. I told my husband when he came in. I called my mom. I was kind of like in shock, y'all. I was like, ugh. I didn't really know how to feel about it at first. But when I got in the car, I cried so bad. Y'all, I'm only sharing this with y'all because I like feel like it could help somebody, like just talking about it. So, they sent me home and they said, we're not going to get the babies out right now. We're going to give you a chance to bleed it out. Like, just do it naturally without surgery. So, I tried to wait it out, but I called and my doctor scheduled me a surgery to go ahead and do the original surgery plus getting the babies out 8 days later. At the surgery, I was a little nervous at the beginning, but I had already like mentally prepared myself previously for the surgery. So that part wasn't really bad. Just the part of me knowing like, oh gosh, I have to get the babies out. That part was like, it was final. So like, I'm not gonna lie, like I was so upset. Like after the surgery, my recovery was not too good. Like emotionally it was terrible, mentally it was terrible, physically it was bad, but not as bad as the mental and emotional part of it. So y'all, I cried like every day. Like, I was in the shower crying. I was crying when I was eating. It was terrible. It was really, really rough. But I will let you know, the whole time my faith was really strong. I just was hurt. So I always know in situations that I go through that God is going to bless me. And I know that God didn't let me get through finding out, you know, just to leave me there. So I knew I would be fine. But I'm not going to lie. I cried through the whole process. It was very tough because I still was nauseous. I was still having like leaky breast in the shower. It was like really, really tough. On top of having other personal issues going on as well. Like, so, I cried a lot. I had a lot of help though. My mom, my husband, my son, and my cousins and my aunt, so I had so much support. I would cry late at night. Like during the day, I was fine. Nighttime was like really, really, really tough for me. Like I would wake up crying because I kept having nightmares like every night that I would wake up in a pool of blood. And that made it really, really tough because it's like, dang, like all day, like sad about it and moping around. And then at night when I think I could get some rest, I'm having nightmares. So, I prayed about it, y'all. Like anytime I started crying, I would pray. And I just knew God would bring me through it. I just knew that that was not the end, that I should not just sit and mope. I prayed. I talked to my husband a lot about it. I didn't really share with too many people how hurt I was. But y'all, that really for real hurt. Like I was crushed. But I do want to let anybody know that's going through anything like that, has been through that, guys, days get better. It gets better, and it's okay to cry. It's okay to get through it. It's okay to talk to somebody. Make sure you have someone to talk to. And guys, if you don't have anyone, you can reach out to me. I don't mind speaking with someone or like sharing my experience with somebody. Speeding up the process, guys. My doctor told me at my follow-up appointment, which was about 2 weeks later, maybe 3. He was like, well, I want you to have 3 periods before you try to get pregnant again, because we want to make sure everything is out. So, with the surgery, let me backtrack just a tad. With the surgery, I had a cut through where I had my belly button ring. I had a cut through my actual under my belly button. And then I had a cut in my C-section scar for him to clean out everything. Like I said, the healing was tough. I was able to like eventually get up and, move around, get myself together, because I'm not like, I cannot just lay down and just, I just can't do that. I know God is faithful, and I knew he was going to bring me through it. So I was like, no, I have to do my part. Let me get up. I can do this. So, he told me that everything started pretty much getting back to normal as far as my everyday life, with my son. My husband went back to work. My mom was still checking on me, but, I still was like, I started being able to get up and be more independent and do more for me and my son. So I was so excited for that, because for a few weeks I couldn't bathe him and, do too much with him. So I was very excited to get past that part. My first, fellas, if you don't like talk about certain stuff, guys, this might be the part that you click out. But y'all, my first period was terrible after the surgery. It was painful. It was a lot of clots or whatever. And like after the surgery, I bled for maybe about 2 weeks. But my period was bad. The first period was bad. But the second period afterwards was like, okay, this is better than before. Like after I had my surgery, those periods following were way better. They weren't as heavy. I wasn't having cramping. It was just amazing. I was thankful. So, I got my third period, and I was like, I wasn't necessarily thinking anything, but I also was like, okay, I got my third period. I should be healing better. I know everything is going fine. I'm not having any issues, any complications. Everything's good. So, of course, I'm not even going to say after, before that, girl, I ain't gonna lie, I was being grown. Once I started feeling better, I was being grown, honey. And I was supposed to get my period on February 2nd. I was supposed to get my period, and it didn't come. So I was like, oh crap. Okay, my period didn't come, which I wasn't gonna beat myself up about it, but I was like, okay, I did just have surgery, so I know for a fact it might just kind of be off because it wasn't on schedule. The other ones weren't like, oh, it's been exactly 28 days and it came. So I really wasn't really worried. So on the 3rd, I actually had a dream about my grandma, and she was like, oh, congratulations, in my dream. And I was like, congratulations, girl, for what? So that morning I woke up and I was like, you know what? My son has been very, very helpful. He's been so sweet, and he loves bacon, y'all. So I went to the store and I got bacon for him, some eggs and some yellow grits. Y'all, my baby love breakfast. So my husband was off and I was like, you know what? I'm going to cook breakfast. But as I was walking out of the store, something was like, grab a pregnancy test. So I was like, I don't think I need it, but I'll grab 2, just in case. So I grabbed 2 little dollar tests or whatever. And after we cooked and ate, I cleaned up the kitchen and I went in the bathroom and took one of the tests. I really was literally not thinking anything of it, y'all. I just was like, I'm gonna just take it. Girl, I took that test and it came back positive. So I was going to surprise my husband, but we have the type of relationship, like I could not hold that and not say like, oh my gosh, look. So I went up front with the pregnancy test. He was playing his game and I handed it to him and he looked at it and he like bust out smiling. So I was like, okay. So I didn't tell anybody originally. He didn't tell anybody. I went to my appointment. It was confirmed that I was pregnant. Again, y'all, I was 4 weeks again when I went to the doctor. So my doctor said come back in 6 weeks and we're going to make sure we can find a heartbeat and make sure everything is fine. Like I said, y'all, my faith was strong. Like I had no doubt that everything was fine. So once it got confirmed, I told my mom, I told my sister, and I want to say that's it, until I got further along. So he put me on slight bed rest. He was like, no lifting, no, you know, strenuous anything or whatever. So I was like, okay, I understand that, you know, like about what I just been through, so I won't do any of that. So y'all, shortly after I started being like really nauseous, like not as bad as before, but I was like really nauseous, and I didn't have any appetite. Like usually my favorite things, like my go-to is crabs, y'all. I didn't want crabs. Like, I couldn't think of anything that I would want to eat. Like I was over all food. Like I was having major food aversions. Like everything was a turn off for me. I don't want to eat that. It looked nasty. It smelled nasty. I was drinking water and like snacking on little stuff when I could. I was having the worst nipple tenderness. Like for real, was having to take my shirt off at night just going to sleep. I could not take nothing touching me. So after a while, maybe like at week 5, y'all, I started having spotting. So of course I started getting alarmed. I was scared. I went to the doctor. He put me on pelvic rest, which means can't do nothing, you know, like no sex, no nothing. You can't do anything. Not even Kegels, y'all, nothing. So I was like, okay, dang, bed rest and pelvic rest. Okay. So maybe at about week 6 or 7, I woke up and I went to the bathroom, and the spotting was getting worse. Like I told my husband, I was like, I think I need to go to the emergency room, because it was like after hours for my office or whatever. So he took me, and I was passing clots. Like when I was wiping, I was passing clots. So I was like, I just knew that was it, y'all. But I still had faith. But as we was right into the emergency room, y'all, I had started crying. And then it was like, I just stopped, because I know God got me. So I was like, I just know I'm fine. Like, I know I'm good. So when I went, they gave me an ultrasound, of course, to check on the baby. And the baby was fine. The heartbeat was strong. So I was like, okay. So, I went back to my regular doctor's appointment and told them what happened. They told me that I had, it was like it's a clot that was around the sac that the baby is in. That was what was causing the bleeding and the clotting. So I was still on pelvic rest. And that was all the way up until week 10. At week 10, he took me off of pelvic rest, but I kept myself on pelvic rest all week 11, week 12. I just was scared just to make sure everything was fine. I went back. He told me everything was good. Baby looks good. It's a lot of movement. The heartbeat is good. I'm actually, y'all, I am thinking about getting a doula, because I don't know, I just want some extra like support. And just to see like what it's like. And I found a doula, y'all. If y'all have any questions about a doula and you live in Jacksonville, let me know. I have a suggestion for a person. She's amazing already. Even though like I still have to do my meeting and my contract, but like I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get a doula, y'all. I'm not sure about what I want to have. Like it don't really matter to me long as it's healthy. I'm in week 12 now. Tomorrow I'll be 13 weeks. My doctor told me I can find out. Well, he wants to wait until I'm 18 to 20 weeks to do it, to make sure, which I'm with him, because I don't want no mistakes. And I want to get excited. I don't really care what I have, but I don't want no mistakes, because I know I'm gonna want to start buying stuff soon. Oh, y'all, I'm having a hard time with names. I want my baby name to start with a T. So if y'all have any suggestions, my husband and my son, their name is Toussaint. So I kind of want a cute little name. So I don't know what it is, y'all. If y'all have name suggestions for a boy or a girl or a unisex name, y'all, can y'all please put it in the comments below? Because like as soon as I find out, I want to already know my baby name, y'all. So if y'all have any suggestions, y'all let me know. I don't know if I'm gonna have a baby shower. Like I'm not sure about the baby shower yet. I'm still thinking about a lot of stuff. I have an idea for my theme if I have a baby shower already. Me and my little coordinator, y'all, we already got everything planned out. Or well, at least started planning. I have to get another C-section again, y'all. I forgot the medical name of it, but apparently I got cut against my muscle grain. So no vaginal birth for me. I have to have another C-section. Oh, y'all, let me get either a picture or a video of a belly picture. And guys, if y'all have any more suggestions for any other videos, I will be giving y'all follow-ups on my pregnancy, so I can take y'all along on a journey. Of course, I just announced on April Fool's that I was pregnant. I thought more people was gonna think I was playing, but y'all was like, oh girl, congratulations. And I was like, oh, I thought y'all was gonna think I was playing. But anyway, y'all, thank you to everybody who's been supportive. Thank you to everybody who has congratulated us. Thank you for all of your prayers, guys. And we really appreciate you guys. Like, just looking at that type of stuff makes my day. And y'all, I will continue to let y'all know what's going on. And y'all, just stay tuned. Y'all, I got more stuff coming, y'all. I literally was thinking, you know what? I'll let y'all know next time what I was thinking. But thank y'all for tuning into this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please don't forget to subscribe, y'all, and please don't forget to share. And y'all, if y'all have anything that y'all would like to say, please leave it in the comments, guys. I will definitely be replying to everybody. And I will be leaving any information that I think is important in the description bar. And thank you for tuning in. Bye. Y'all, I ain't want to have y'all too close. This video is actually making me look a little bit bigger, but y'all, week 13, I don't know. Y'all, can y'all tell what I'm having by my stomach? If any suggestions, y'all let me know. Any wise tales? I can't really tell, but y'all, this is week 13. And we'll be back. I'll probably do like every 2 weeks. I know y'all don't want no video every week, child. It ain't. Maybe every 3 weeks, maybe every month. I don't know what y'all think. But this is Baby T and Mommy. Thank y'all. Oh, girl, yes. Thank y'all for tuning in.